Alrighty, so all right, so hello everybody and welcome from Enactus Canada. Oh my goodness. Bienvenue à tous. We are so excited to have you here. We're officially kicking off our Enactus year. So thank you so much for joining us. I see there's 65 of us in the call tonight, which is awesome. We're so happy that you took the time to be here. On the screen, you'll see a lovely memory of the PMs from Nationals in our Calgary gear. And just to do a little introduction, I'll hand it off to Thierry first, and we'll just introduce ourselves. But we are the team of program managers at Enactus Canada.
Yeah, so my name is Thierry Mateus. I'm the program manager for the bilingual program manager, sorry. I am in charge of the French speaking school. Je vais aussi le faire en français. Je suis gestionnaire de programme pour les universités francophones chez Enactus Canada.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. I'm Eric McPhee. I'm one of the Central Canada program managers. So I work basically in Southwestern Ontario.
Hello, everyone. You just heard me speaking, but my name is Maddie, and I am the program manager for Atlantic Canada.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sohaib, and I'm the manager for Western Canada.
Hi, I am the newer face. My name is Abigail or Abby, and I will be doing Central Canada with Eric.
So yes, so like I said before, I don't know why I'm speaking English. Comme je l'ai dit, comme je l'ai dit plus tôt, on va aller dans une room différente pour les francophones. Donc, si vous êtes un étudiant francophone, je vous invite tous à aller dans la breakout room différente, la salle de répartition, et vous allez voir qu'il y a une salle de répartition qui s'appelle français. Donc, je vous rejoins là-bas, ou du moins, venez participer, allez dans la salle en français, comme ça, moi, je vous ferai la présentation en français. Tous les étudiants francophones, je vous invite à aller sur la breakout room en français. Si vous avez du mal, n'hésitez pas à envoyer un message sur le chat, comme ça, on vous aidera à vous déplacer sur le breakout room en français. Je vous dis à tout de suite.
Perfect. Thank you, Thierry. So while everybody hops over to the French breakout room, if there are any French students in the call that are having issues joining that breakout room, please just put a message in the chat and one of us can also send you an invite to join that breakout room. Okay, amazing. So I'll get started by going through the agenda. So essentially, we're going to be going through 3 different sections. We have some updates from Enactus Canada, some cool things that we've been working on over the summer that we have to introduce to you today. We also have an overview of the year, just a general run through of all of the amazing opportunities that we have to offer for students and all the really cool events that we have going on throughout the year. And then lastly, we'll be going through some additional resources that we have for you, like the team resources, a couple more opportunities, and then some important information on data collection and reporting, which is something big that any returning student knows at the end of the year. There's a huge part of it is reporting and making sure that you have all that impact tracked. So we're going to do some proactive advice on how to do that. And then there'll also be a question opportunity if you have any questions about anything in the presentation or any questions for your program managers. There will be an opportunity for that at the very end, but I do invite everybody to put any questions that you have in the chat as well, because there is 4 of us in the English session on the call, and we're more than happy to answer those as well in the chat. So I will hand it over to Eric to get us started.
Amazing. So I know that we do have a lot to cover today. Firstly, I just want to thank everybody who is on this call today, because that means that you've actually done the first step of Enactus and actually registering into the Cactus program and things like that. But last year, there was about 2,300 students. We currently only have 400 members registered. So that means that most of your teams have not registered yet. So next slide, please, Maddie. So first, I should state that we are no longer calling it the registration and reporting platform or the R&R platform. It is now referred to as the Cactus or the Enactus Cactus. So it's still the same hub for all registration related. So like the training sessions like today, any summits, anything application oriented for awards, bursaries, project accelerators, things like that. So it's super, super important that, it's awesome that you are all here registered, but please make sure that you're telling your team to also get registered for the year so they can also attend all these exciting opportunities. There are a couple changes that we've made to the forms and Cactus. So as you notice, as you're registering, that it's actually one bilingual form. So everything is in English and French now. Just a reminder, when you are talking to your teams, that returning members actually are able to update their existing profile. They don't actually have to create a new, form anymore with all their information. So just please note that returning members just have to update, and then obviously all new members have to create a new one. Also, what's super exciting is we are now launching with our team dashboard the cactus.enactus. This is going to be an excellent team dashboard for anything when it comes to Cactus forms. So anything registration, your volunteer hours, and everything like that. I will show some pictures on the next slide. Some new additions that we've added this year is you're actually able to see what other schools are in the network, and you're actually able to go into their profiles and actually see what their projects are all about, what they're working on, a lot of cool stuff like that. Just one thing to note, because I know a lot of people are going to see cactus.enactus and trying to log in. Unfortunately, it's only going to be limited to just one person on your team. So one thing that each of the program managers are going to do is actually work with your team on a designated Cactus person that will have an account and access to your team's team dashboard. But in the bottom right picture where it says the important Cactus form and links, that is open to the public and everybody. It's just a one-stop shop to all of the links that you're able to for registration, volunteer hours, you name it. And it's all built in right there. Here are just some examples of visuals that within the team dashboard you'll be able to see. So not only will you be able to see a team list, you'll actually be able to actually see how many volunteer hours. It's a lot more visually appealing compared to last year, which was just a massive Excel sheets. We are still making continuous improvements to this, but we're really using it to better support yourself and the teams across Canada as well.
Thank you, Eric. So not only do we have cactus.enactus.ca, enactus.ca also has a new look. So our website has been revamped thanks to our awesome marketing team. It has the same address. You can still go to enactus.ca, but there's just a couple of things we want to point out. Firstly, right here, you'll see this is a screen grab of the About drop down. So you'll see this is where you can find information on us as Enactus Canada, the programs department, like impact challenges, where you'll find, the details for competitions and all of that stuff. Same with the student entrepreneur competition, training and skills, awards, everything like that. There's also the events drop down, which has the regional expositions, the national exposition, and World Cup. And also, we have the students and faculty drop down, which is where you'll find the resources page with the team resources, as well as our events and deadlines page. So this is something that is new this year. It replaces our old important dates and deadlines, which has now been merged into one super convenient location. You'll see a calendar view of all of the events that we have going on, as well as the important deadlines that you guys know that you'll have throughout the year. So that way you can stay organized. Something also really cool is that you can actually filter by event, competition, or what have you, depending on what you're looking for. So this is just a really, really organized way to see all of the things that are going on throughout the year. And so now I will hand it over to Abby, our new program manager.
Lovely. So For this portion of the meeting, we're essentially going to go from our kickoff, which is today, into our nationals or our competition season. So just a really quick overview of the year, and we're going to get into depth on a lot of these topics later on in the presentation. But we have our Project to Celebrators launching September 22nd. We have Enactus World Cup in Bangkok, Thailand. It is not too late to register if you guys want to go over there. We also have our collaboration summits, which is open to 2 student leaders. We have Toronto and Vancouver, Calgary and Montreal, as well as Halifax. And all of our regional exposition dates, so you can see them there in our national exposition, where we will see everybody in Montreal. And then a few little things for a typical year within Enactus. August and September is focused on fall recruitment. October through December is very much project development. January through February, winter recruitment. And then January through May kind of gets you ready for that competition season with project development, regionals and nationals prep, and then team succession May through July. So in terms of our fall kickoff, September through November.
Sorry. So to kick off, obviously the fall in September, ongoing, we will have these training sessions. One nice thing about these is we actually have fireside chats, covering a lot of different topics that will actually not only be helpful for yourself, but also supporting the team and your project development. Just to give a heads up, for upcoming training sessions, our lovely marketing team is running 4 sessions around a marketing training series. And actually, if you attend 3 of the 4, you will receive a LinkedIn badge. Just noting that the first session is September 18th. The marketing team has been working extremely hard on these. These are going to be phenomenal. So please make sure that you're telling, especially your marketing students on your team, to please attend these sessions. These will be super beneficial for your Enactus brand, your Enactus projects, in really growing and spreading that awareness of all the incredible work that you're doing. I'm going to pass it off to Sohaib to talk about the Mental Wellness Ambassador Program.
Thank you, Eric. Okay, so one thing which is really important in the start of the year is to set up a very healthy culture, is a very inclusive environment. And Mental Health Ambassador Program from past 3 years did an amazing job with that. What we did with this year is we revamped the program, improved it, and it's now Mental Wellness Ambassador Program. The idea with this program is to at least have one student champion, mental health wellness champion in each team. It will be launched in the first week of September. You will get to know the deadline then, and you will get the acceptance soon after that. Let's dive into more details, what it looks like. So the new mental wellness program, so the recruitment process has changed. Instead of you having to going through a formal application process and us selecting a mental wellness ambassador and putting in your team, it would be up to the student leaders and faculty advisors to select and identify one student on your team, and then you submit their application as a mental health ambassador, and then we'll approve it. There's a lot more support in terms of workshops and toolkits. So just to name few workshops, we have mental hygiene, caring for your own mental health, trauma-informed peer support and self-compassion, and healthy coping mechanism for stress. These workshops will be with the seasoned professional, mental health professional. Apart from that, we also have a very detailed toolkit this year. It will guide the mental health ambassador throughout the year. It has ideas, materials, templates, and different kind of support you will require throughout the year. Not just that, there will be more financial support this year. So each mental wellness ambassador will receive $500 to support the events and activities they will organize. And then also they will receive 500 extra dollars if your mental wellness ambassador attends the national, just to offset the traveling cost.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Sohaib. This is an incredible program, so I definitely recommend it if anyone is interested in this call. Okay, so moving on to project accelerators. Okay, so this is super exciting because we have a big year for accelerators. So essentially, if anyone's unfamiliar, these are just essentially what it sounds like. It's an accelerator for your project. This is a type of funding that we're able to offer thanks to our wonderful partners. So this year, the application process will be to submit an application online via Enactus Cactus. So this is going to be a really great way to see the power of our new platform. And those applications will be available on our launch date of September 22nd, 2025. So just a couple more weeks and you'll be able to start applying for that. And then the deadline for those applications is on October 6th, 2025. So you've a couple weeks there to get your applications in. And something that's new this year that we'll be doing is that there will be a mid-year report, and that's going to be due in January. And that's a report on the progress at that point that you've made on your accelerator since receiving the funding. And then at the end of the year, like normal, we'll have a final impact report where you create a report on everything that you've done with the funding. And this is important because only 75% of the funding is released in the fall. So if you get an accelerator, you'll get 75% of it. And then once you finish your final impact report and submit it, you'll get the remaining 25% of your accelerator. Also, something that's really exciting, you can see here in this picture, this is some Atlantic representation. Sometimes the accelerators will have awards or additional prize money, and those winners are announced at the National Exposition in May. So look forward to that as well, because that's an extra bit of excitement when it comes to the accelerators. And this year, you'll see we have 8 project accelerators. So this is super exciting. Just to go through, we have the returning ones. We have the Alterna Savings, SDG, which is Ontario only. We have the Jean Sauvé Global Project Accelerator, the National Bank Indigenous Inclusion Project Accelerator, and then the PC Financial Resilience Project Accelerator. And then when it comes to the new ones, we have the Jean Sauvé Workplace Inclusion Project Accelerator, which is to promote accessibility, equity, and inclusion for employees with disabilities. We have the Ralph M. Barford Equal Access Project Accelerator, which is to promote equality and access across various sectors. And then we have the RBC Skills for a Thriving Future Project Accelerator, which is to help all Canadians prepare for a rapidly changing workforce through work readiness and skill development. And then lastly, we have one more project accelerator that's coming soon. We can't announce it just yet, but it's really exciting and it's different. And I think a lot of teams will be really excited to see what the topic is. So keep that in mind for now and get excited for September 22nd when they officially launch. And I'll hand it over to Abby to talk about the 50th anniversary of the World Cup.
So, as some of you may know, we are headed off to Bangkok, Thailand, or some of us. I'm too new to the team. But we're going for the 50th anniversary. It is not too late to register. I put the registration link there. If you have registered, we have a WhatsApp group going on. If you are not part of it yet, please talk to your PM about that so we can get you sorted so they know where you are in Thailand and you're not roaming. And then we'll also have a live stream and some more details of that will come in the coming weeks. And then the next thing I want to talk about is the Collaboration Summit. So some of you guys might remember this from last year, but they're working on engaging student leaders. We're going to have more details to come as it starts to roll around, but some things that you should know are the dates. As well as who can attend. So 2 students from any team, it doesn't have to necessarily be your student leaders, but definitely talk to your student leaders if you do want to attend and your faculty advisors, just so there's not too many people registering. For Vancouver and Toronto, those will be held October 18th. October 25th, we'll have Montreal and Calgary. And November 1st, we will have Halifax. All of those are hyperlinked, so if you want to click on those and get some more information, we'll have more scheduling closer to.
Amazing. And then Next, we have the Student Entrepreneur National Competition. So this is actually one of the largest programs in Canada that focus on full-time students that are running a business during their post-secondary studies. Just one thing to note is that with this, there's actually both a nomination as well as an application process. So when the competition launches on October 22nd. If you are so also two self-nominations are accepted, but if you also know any other founders that are also full-time students running a business during the school year, feel free to nominate them as well. Also, one thing to note is that once you whether you nominate yourself or somebody else, they automatically get the link for the application form. The nice part is that there is $16,000 in prize money to be won for the top three finalists. And yeah, we will have more information on that in the coming weeks. But just letting you know that, yes, the deadline, or sorry, it launches on October 22nd. To talk about awards and bursaries. So again, this year we have $52,000 in funding or tuition support this year. The deadline for that is November 28th, and the winners will be notified at the start of the winter 2026 semester. Also, another thing that everyone should take note of is the awards that we do every year. I know that the deadline isn't till March, but really start, trying to take notes, keeping track of some of the amazing work that your team and members are doing, because every year, we always do the Student Leader of the Year, Woman Leader of the Year, Student Engagement, Tech of the Year. We have a lot of awards available, to really help recognize your team, your faculty, things like that as well. And more information can be found on our website, where it'll actually list out the overview, the criteria, what we'll be looking for each of these awards as well. And I will now pass it off to Maddie to start talking about the winter semester.
Okay, amazing. Thank you so much, Eric and Abby, for going through the fall semester, and now to get into the winter semester, also known as our event season. As many of you know, this is a busy, busy time of year. So to start us off, I'll chat about the expositions. So we have the regional expositions. We have Atlantic, which is in Halifax in late February. We have Western, which is in Vancouver in early March. And then in mid-March, we have Central, which is in Toronto. And we also have the leadership summits. Those take place on the first day of regional. So whether you're in Atlantic, Western, or Central, whatever day is the first day is when you can expect the leadership summit. And that's where we invite the student leaders from the team to attend and get some really awesome information from us. And then following the regional expositions, we have the national exposition. This year, it is in Montreal, which we're so excited for. The venue is the Palais de Congrès de Montreal. And if anybody was around in 2023, this is the same venue as then, which was an amazing venue. So we're so excited to be back. And that will be from May 6th to 8th. 2026. And then again, we will have the National Leadership Summit, and that will be following the National Exposition, where we'll invite our new incoming student leaders to attend. Also, on the topic of competitions, we have final reporting dates and deadlines. So first and foremost, we have the regional challenge report. So if you're competing in an impact challenge, which Sohaib will get into in the next couple slides, you'll have to submit a challenge report. And so for Atlantic, those will be due on February 22nd, 2026. And then for both Central and Western, they're due on March 8th, 2026. So take note of that, because it will be here sooner than we think. And then for nationals, the final reporting deadline is April 12th, 2026. And then something that we used to call the pre-audit week, we're now calling the impact and financial reporting review, and that will take place the week of April 20th, 2026. And then your annual reports for the national competition will be due on April 29th, 2026. You might be thinking, this is a lot of deadlines, I'm getting overwhelmed. Well, that is exactly why we have the new events and deadlines page on our website. So check that out and you'll find all of this information as well. And here's a little example of it actually on the screen. And then just some important information on the reporting periods. So for regionals, all reporting periods will be February 23rd, 2025 to February 22nd, 2026. And then for nationals, it will be April 13th, 2025 to April 12th, 2026. So also important to know. So those will be the periods that you'll be recording impact for. And then lastly, just to talk about the leadership summits, this is honestly the best part that I love to talk about because they're so much fun for our leaders. The summits will be bringing student leaders from across the regions and across Canada together, and you'll get to meet each other, chat, share information about how you and your team. You'll learn so much. You'll see actually the picture on the left is from the Halifax one last year. And then, yeah, so it's so much fun. And if you have the opportunity to go, absolutely take advantage of it. And we'll have more information as that gets closer, but take note of it, Regional Leadership Summit and a National Leadership Summit. And now I'll hand it over to Sohaib.
Thank you, Maddie. Thank you for covering all the exciting stuff. Now, not making it all about competition, but we all know competitions are great and we are highly motivated by them. So just good news, the three of the impact challenges are same. We have Canadian Tire Environmental Sustainability Challenge, we have Innovation and Impact Challenge powered by Enactus Alumni, and we have TD Entrepreneurship Challenge. The only big change this year is, can you have next slide? Yeah, so those who were there last year, so Desjardins Youth Empowerment Challenge is now Desjardins Community Empowerment Challenge. So it's not just limited to youth anymore. So youth could be still a part of it, but it's a broader competition now. So be it youth, be it newcomers, be it underserved groups in the community. So take a note of that, and we will go on more details later during this section.
Lovely. So another thing that we want to talk about, a new opportunity, is the Social Enterprise Accelerator. So essentially, Enactus Canada is proud to be launching a new initiative to empower post-secondary students to build innovative social enterprises that tackle social and environmental challenges in their community. So it really brings them ideation to launch. It's a 12-week program. We're having 10 teams in the first cohort. That could change in future years with mentorship opportunities. These 10 teams all get $1,500 for their team-based venture upfront to really support them. And they get to pitch for a pool of $50,000 or more. So this is just an amazing opportunity. I missed out on it by a year. So really take advantage of this.
And so we do apologize that there are a ton of opportunities and initiatives, and I know that we have thrown 100 different deadlines. But one thing that we want to ensure everybody on this call is actually all of the additional support beyond just the program managers. So just diving into our team resources. We do have multiple different resources available. These are a series of videos, slide decks, guides, things like that to ultimately help your team navigate through all of, whether it's competitions, to growing your projects, to navigating a team, things like that. All of these can be found in our team resources. Just a reminder that it's under the student and faculty, unlike our old website where resources was its own header. Also, the link is available right on this slide as well. That will take you directly for it. Also, another thing to mention in terms of support is we have our Enactus Career Connections, which is powered by the RBC Foundation. This is an excellent opportunity for students to actually connect and actually be mentored by experienced professionals. One thing to note is that, during your registration and things, asking about, your areas of study, industries that you're interested in, is if you are interested in the career connections, we use a lot of that information to help best, connect you with a mentor in that industry for that. Just to talk a little bit more about the actual details of it. Next slide. So just some new things to the Career Connections this year is that it's actually it's going to be only during a 6-month duration. Also, as students, you need to have at least 3 meetings with your mentor this year. And one thing as well too, knowing that everybody on this call has registered, if you do need to update your industries or change this or change that, you are able to go back in and update and things. But, just to let you know, in terms of matching process, we do base it off of whether it's the area of study, your preferred sectors of interest, also geographical location, and also the language as well too. And we are trying to get more Francophone in there as well. And we will have more information on that very shortly, but just want to keep you posted about this exciting support opportunity for that. And then now I will pass it to Sohaib to talk about all the incredible work he's been doing on data collection and reporting for us.
Thank you, Eric. Career Connection is great, so make sure you don't miss that opportunity. Let's dive into data collection and reporting. Usually, when it comes to reporting and data collection, it's been a history within Enactus teams that we started to worry about it when we go into competition season. What we want to do this year, based on last year's feedback, is we want to bring it forward. Like, we want to discuss this right now in the starting of the year because this is the right time. Because irrespective of how good you do a project, if you don't collect the right data, you would not be able to show the true potential of your project, be it in competition to your sponsors, to your partners. So what we did this year is basically we created a very detailed document, which we call Enactus Impact Reporting and Evaluation Guide, which will be available under the resources section of our website. What this document has, it has all the definition aligning to the Enactus Global. So everything will be crystal clear on that end. It also have a detailed definition on direct and indirect impacts, so we avoid any confusion. It also have solved examples for both service-based project as well as for product-based, and it will show you how to calculate each impact. One thing which is again very important, it also has how to collect the data and how to verify a data. When it comes to indirect impact, it's a little challenging, so that is also cleared in this document. Next slide, please. Perfect. Now, data collection and reporting for the specific impact challenge. So I highly recommend you to go on our website. If you go into About section, you will find impact challenges. And when you go there, you will see an overview document and a sample challenge report. The overview document has a detailed explanation what the impact challenge looks like. And it also has list of all the metrics you should be collecting data on. And then some solved examples how to collect that data. It's really important to do that in the early year because that will give you an idea which project you can go with in which impact challenge and what data you should collect to be successful in that particular challenge. Next slide, please. One more update is there will be a standardized annual report which will be rolling out by Enactus Global. And that will be included in their handbook, which will be coming out somewhere in the mid-September. And once that is out, your PM will reach out to you and update you about that. You can directly go to Enactus Global website and look at their handbook as well. Quick note here, your PM will review your impact tracking with you in October, which is early year, most probably during their campus visits. And because we want to ensure that you align with Enactus Global and you're ready to reporting and you avoid any scrambling and last minute changes in later in the year when you're doing the reporting.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Sohaib. And I'd love to see if anybody can put it in the chat if you are a last minute final reporting kind of person, because I remember when I was a student leader, I absolutely was a last minute. So this is an amazing document. Thank you so much, Sohaib, for putting it together. And with that, that actually concludes our first portion of general information. I know that was a lot, so we will be providing both the slide deck and the recording of this session to make sure that anybody can go back and revisit it. You can also share any information that you think is important with your team or any other members who might not have been able to make it tonight. So that will be available. But what's really important is we wanted to make sure that there was also a lot of time for questions. So if you have any questions about anything that we spoke about or anything else Enactus related that you want to either drop in the chat, or you can raise your hand on Zoom and we can unmute you and then you can ask us directly. Please take the time to do that now because this is the perfect opportunity as everybody's here and we're kicking off the Enactus year. So just put any questions in the chat now if you have any. And thank you, Cody.
Yes, Tiffany.
Hi, I just wanted to say thank you so much for this meeting. I just had a question about the data collection. So hey, just for clarification, it's under resources and then it's like a document that we can look under though?
Yes, it will be under resources on our website.
Okay, sounds good. And then is the like the new part of the website like already launched or is it fully launched on the 22nd?
Can you repeat your question? So website is launched. I couldn't understand the second part of
I
your
think
question.
maybe you might be wondering about if cactus.enactus is launched yet.
Yeah. Sorry, I meant that. My bad.
Yeah, so you can go on to cactus.enactus.ca and you can kind of have a preview of what's going on. We don't officially have it open yet to create your profiles, but that will be coming very, very soon. And we'll send out communication on that so you can create your profile and also access your team information as well.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to practicing.
Okay,
it soon.
amazing. I'm glad. Yeah, it's an amazing
Thank
platform.
you.
And yeah, anybody who's here now, if you want to type in your search bar, cactus.enactus.ca, there's also a beautiful logo that was created by our wonderful marketing team. So get a little preview of what's going on. Does anybody else have any questions? I don't see any hands raised. We also have a really brief survey that I would love for everybody to fill out. So don't leave just yet. I want to see if anybody else has a question before I launch that.
Actually, yes, there. Oh,
beautiful.
Oh no, it's Catherine has a question.
There's a question in the chat as well. So.
I don't actually have a question. I saw the question about a little bit more about project accelerators, and I just wanted to sort of underscore this. I know that all of the teams this year are running into issues with their schools around funding. Everyone is struggling with that, and we often get questions about funding. And so project accelerators are a way for us to help teams who are just starting out find a way of getting a little bit of funding. Most of the projects accelerators are about $2,500. And they really are not, they're competitive, but they're not in the same kind of competition piece. So at the beginning of the year, we want to have your ideas, and if they align with any one of the many things that we've put together this year in terms of opportunities for the project accelerators, they're a way for our partners and our sponsors to actually help invest in your ideas and make sure that you have a little bit of funding to get started with. So I really strongly encourage all of you who are on this call and everyone who comes and sees it later to think about and look at those project accelerators, because it is an opportunity to give you a little bit of startup money in a way that may align with both the work that you're doing and the kinds of things that we want to see and projects that we want to see you coming up and ideas we want you coming up with. So please don't be intimidated about applying for it. Everyone should apply for the project accelerators for the projects that you have.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Catherine.
We have a question in the chat from Jumna.
Yes.
So Eric, you might be able to answer this. Is there a
Yes.
way for other members to see portion of Cactus, maybe via downloading? Since it's only designated member, for example, if HR want to access to see the volunteering hours.
So one suggestion, and we will, as each of the program managers, we will talk with the teams. Typically, especially with last year, so what happened was we recommend having no more than like 2 or 3 people on your team to actually have access to the team dashboard account, and that way, your HR team can actually look in, actually add volunteer hours, download things like that. Not every team does this and things, but yes, it would be more of a team discussion of who would have access to that account. And sorry, just to clarify as well, because I know that the word profile was mentioned. Just to clarify, everybody has a profile on like within Cactus, but in order to actually have access to it, each team will have one account, and then that person, and it's dedicated to a specific user within your team. And we will have more information, and we will have additional sort of resources around navigating the new team dashboard, and separate conversations as well for that. But hopefully that helps answer your question. And yes, you will have opportunity for downloading things like that as well too. So wondering, how's the social enterprise? Question, Cody. I don't know if he's on the call or not.
Yeah, Eric, what do you need?
Just the follow-up to about wondering, how is this social enterprise award opportunity different than the project accelerators? So the social enterprise accelerator.
Cody.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, Catherine.
You take that one.
Yeah, so the social enterprise accelerators, a pilot that we're going to run this year for 10 teams that are going to be able to, or 10 projects that are going to be able to apply. And really what the difference is for this is we're looking for more established ideas or projects with traction. And then they'll be receiving $1,500 upfront for seed funding. And then from there, they get an opportunity to compete for a further up to $50,000 in further funding. So it's a pool of $50,000 that will be available. And we're doing a 12-week program to be able to execute that. So you get a lot more training both from our team and some service providers that we have, more so than the project accelerators, which is really focused on just a monetary early stage investment in the idea.
Perfect.
Awesome. Great question. Thank you. Yeah, shout out Cody.
Yes.
Elliot, you have your hand raised.
Hi, thank you for today. This has been a really informative meeting. I was just wondering, I know since the in-person events have a maximum amount of participants, for the marketing training sessions, is there a max? Because I imagine a lot of people on my team might be interested in that.
You bring every single person you want to that meeting and get
Also,
them to
hi,
soak
Abby.
it up like a sponge. Hi. Hi, Ellie. Being silly.
Ellie, I'll just
Yeah,
say too, like it's
as-
not just limited to, like, don't limit it to your marketing communications people, right? It's to every student, everyone who is interested in learning about it. Please have them come along. They're going to be great programs.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you for your question. Do you have any more questions? I am also going to launch the poll in a couple of minutes. So I do just want to say, oh, one more question in the chat there.
Yeah.
Yes. So Bailey, actually the 4 marketing sessions are, if you go onto the training registration sign in, you'll actually be able to see all of the training sessions and times available. And then also too, these will be on our events and deadlines page as well. And then we will also, the program team will also keep everyone informed about any new and upcoming ones, aside from the marketing training series as well. You're welcome.
Alrighty, that events and deadlines page just keeps on giving, doesn't it?
Yes, please make
Um,
sure you have that bookmarked. That will be
save
one of
it,
your
yeah.
most viewed places on our website. I know a lot of teams not only use it just to see what's upcoming, but a lot of teams even use it as a way to plan out their whole year and to actually, you know, figure out the ins and outs. So yes, please bookmark it. It will be a very frequently used site, so really get familiar with all the filters and things like that. And we hope the filters will actually help instead of just one big long table of events and deadlines all scattered or all crammed into one. So
Amazing. Does anybody else have any final questions? We still have a lot of time. I just want to make sure that if anybody has to leave early, that they're still able to submit the survey. So I think I'm just going to do that now. And then if there are any further questions, you can stick around and we will be more than happy to stay on and answer. So I'm just going to launch the poll. Be completely honest. These type of surveys help us improve as Enactus Canada. It's super valuable feedback to know whether or not you enjoyed the session. And we're not keeping track of who said what, absolutely, to be completely honest. And I'm just going to launch this right now. And if you could just take 30 seconds to answer these questions, we would really appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. And if you have more questions, stay on.
Ellie, is that another question, or is your hand still up from before? Sorry.
Another question.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
No, all good. All good.
I think I remember from last year, but the mental wellness ambassador program, that's open to any member of our team that we can appoint, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so it
And
doesn't have to be an exec member or anything.
no. So
Perfect.
the process is a little changed this time, so you can recruit a person who you think best fit your team and mental health and champion, and then you will submit to us that who you are selecting, and then we will confirm.
Okay, thank you.
Of course.
Thank you for your questions. Are there any other questions? Feel free to raise your hand or again, put it in the chat. We're in no rush and we're really happy to be here. This is really exciting.
Yeah.
This is the official beginning of the school year. I hope you guys are happy to go back to school. I hope me saying that isn't making anybody stressed. I'm not in school, so I can say it with a smile, but I hope you guys are as excited for the year as we are because this is awesome. And thank you so much, everyone, for showing up.
Bailey, I see you have multiple people in the room. She's
Yeah,
trying
loving
to
that.
figure out how to unmute.
Yeah.
We can just unmute ourselves.
Yeah, you guys look amazing.
Oh, sick. I couldn't figure out how to raise my hand. I do have a question. If I could just jump in.
You can ask right now.
Sick. This might actually help a couple other teams as well. I know a lot of universities have like clubs days and things coming up, and we just had one yesterday. And we noticed some of the other clubs that are part of like national organizations have promo videos and things like that that are from the organizations themselves, which are a lot higher quality than students might be able to whip up and have a lot more material. I was wondering if there was anything like that that you guys might have on hand that you might be able to provide for teams to play at their booths.
Absolutely. So we do have a promo video. I'm not sure the path for it on the new website, but we can look for that and I'll get Sohaib to send that to you if we can find it, if it's on the new website. If not, we definitely have material on YouTube as well.
Sure.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Bailey, there's an Enactus Canada YouTube channel that has all sorts of materials. So I don't know if any of those are helpful, but certainly the Nationals promo video is there, so you can take a look at for it there too.
Cool. We'll take a look.
Amazing. Thank you, Bailey. And with that, if there's no other questions from anybody, I see a couple people are dropping off the call. Just as a final thank you before you hop off, thank you for joining us tonight. We were going to have so many more amazing training sessions over the next 8 months of the school year. So, and then of course beyond, but for this year, we have a lot planned. We've got lots of fireside chats, lots of really cool things going on. So this is just the beginning. And as amazing as it probably was to hear your program managers talk, we have a lot of really cool people lined up as well who are super impressive and you can learn a lot from. So definitely stay online, stay on our socials and our website and that events and deadlines page. So that way you can see when we have more trainings. But otherwise, thank you so much for joining us. Again, if you have any more questions, put them in the chat. But as people hop off, I just wanted to say a final thank you.
Thank you, guys.
So Habe, did you just want to answer the question quickly about the updated metrics tracker?
Let me just try it. Question.
Oh, yes, I see. Is there an updated metrics tracker guideline available on the website based on these changes?
Yes, so that's why I said when you go to Impact Challenges, there's overview and you will find everything there, all the metrics, and yeah, everything is in the document. If you still have any question, you can reach out to me, and I will make sure that your question get answered, or you can reach out to your respective PMs as well.
Amazing.
Awesome. Thanks so much, everybody. We're going to stay on. So if there's anybody who wants to ask any more questions, don't feel pressured to hop off.
Love it.
Yeah, I'm excited for you guys, Polly. Okay, I'll stop the recording.
I do